This is Sportscentre.
Hey, I'm Marissa Roberto, and we are well over a month into the NHL season, and a few players have made their case for some awards. And yeah, we know it's only November, but here's our way too early NHL awards. We'll start with goalies and hand out the Vezina because this one isn't really much of a race, as Connor Hellebuyck has been by far the best goaltender so far this season. Yeah, he won the Vezina last year, but has somehow improved his goals against and save percentage. He also currently leads the NHL in wins and shutouts, and is a huge reason why the Jets have the best record in the league. Let's go to rookies, where it's a toss-up between Matvei Michkov and Logan Stankoven. Both players are even at 15 points, but a closer look at their stats shows how different their playing styles are. Michkov has been more dangerous on the power play, while Stankoven has a better plus-minus and has stayed out of the penalty box. It's hard to make a call based on stats alone, but when we factor in team success, we gotta go Stankoven. Let's move to the Norris, and this one will be quick because it's Cale Makar. Makar has 28 points on the year as a defenseman, which is more than forwards Mitch Marner, Jack Hughes, and even Connor McDavid, which is such a feather in your cap, bro. Just start telling people that. And when it's come to this award over the last few years, it's gone to the highest scoring defenseman, and we think that trend continues this year. And we finish with the granddaddy of them all, the Hart Trophy. This one is definitely close, as both Nathan MacKinnon and Kirill Kaprizov have had monster years so far, but we're leaning Kaprizov's way for a few reasons. He's a plus 16 on the season, which is 4th best in the league, while McKinnon's only at plus 2, and the Wild have just been that much better of a team than the Avalanche this season. And while we pay attention to that in the Calder race, it's even bigger when it comes to the Hart, as Kaprizov's strong play has led Minnesota to the 2nd best record in the league. And let's factor in one more thing. He's got 14 more points and his 2nd highest scorer on his team, so it's really hard to call anyone more valuable than him. And you know what? McKinnon's had his fun in the sun, alright? Let's go Kaprizov. All in on Kaprizov. Is there anything better than football in the snow? Time now for M&M'S Huddle. So let's huddle with our home team and talk some snow games. And before we look ahead, let's look back to a wild one last night, because Jameis Winston and the Browns knocked off the first place Steelers. And it was a wild game in the snow that made a mess of the playoff picture, where Pittsburgh's lead over Baltimore is down to 1 game. And after the game, Winston and the Thursday Night Football crew made some snow angels.
Really doing this?
Let's do it.
Oh no, where?
We're all going. Let's go, Tony.
I'll watch.
Let's go.
I'll watch. Yeah.
That's just good, wholesome fun. This is, wow. That's actually really sweet. I wasn't expecting it to be so wholesome. And after all the fun of that snow game, we got the glimmer of hope that there might be another one this weekend. Because just take a look at what Lambeau Field was looking like yesterday. It's giving Grey Cup in Saskatchewan vibes. I hear that wind ripping. So as the frozen tundra of Lambeau Field was just hammered with snow, it had many hoping that Sunday's game against the 49ers, a rematch of last year's divisional playoffs, would be played in the snow. But unfortunately, the Weather Network says otherwise, as it could be a high of 7 with a 40% chance of rain on Sunday, which is a balmy day for Lambeau in November. So what does that mean? It's gonna be sloppy out there? It's gonna be a little wet? It's gonna be a little moist? I don't know if that's better than snow. It ain't. It ain't better than snow. For the 49ers, this is arguably a must-win game, as they're currently 10th in the conference, a game and a half behind Washington for the 7th seed. Their path to the playoffs might be easier through the NFC West, though, as there's a logjam in the standings with the Cards in first at 6-4, with San Fran, LA, and Seattle all behind a game at 5-5. And honestly, anytime it's Niners-Packers, we should be excited, because these two teams have played some memorable games, especially in the playoffs. Since 2020, they've met 3 times in the postseason, twice in the divisional and once in the conference, with San Fran winning all 3. But they could be limited under center on Sunday, as Brock Purdy left practice early Thursday with that injury to his throwing shoulder. And while that does sound concerning, as he was limited in practice the day before as well, head coach Kyle Shanahan feels he will be good to go on Sunday. Or at least hopefully will. And of course, the Niners-Packers Sunday on CTV. Coverage begins at 4:25 Eastern, 1:25 Pacific. And let's stick with the NFL because we got some huge news this morning, as Giants quarterback Daniel Jones asked for his release, and the team granted it. Jones was recently benched for show favorite Tommy DeVito, with Giants owner and president John Mara saying, "Daniel came to see me this morning and asked if we would release him. We mutually agreed that would be best for him and for the team. Daniel has been a great representative of our organization, first class in every way. His handling of this situation yesterday exemplifies just that. We are all disappointed in how things have worked out. We hold Daniel in high regard and have a great appreciation for him. We wish him nothing but the best in the future." What we call an amicable breakup? I don't ever believe those, but apparently they exist. The release will cost the Giants, though, as they will take on over $20 million in dead money releasing Jones. Jones will go on waivers, but due to the size of his huge contract, he's fully expected to clear waivers and become a free agent. Time now for my favorite segment and yours, that we love sports today.
Why we love sports today.
And if you've ever wondered how snowboarders train with no snow, well, look no further. No way. Really? No, this can't be what all snowboarders do. This guy's rich. What? Dang, my thighs are burning just watching that. Insane. Now joined by our guy, Tim Hauraney, who got up nice and early to talk to us, or perhaps he didn't go to bed yet because it is Vegas. Which one is it, Tim?
Well, Marissa, I haven't really gone to bed yet. No, I'm just kidding. I'm actually getting ready to go to bed. It's really early in the morning here. Yeah, we're just getting done at the track. I literally just walked into the hotel room and yeah, threw the contacts out, threw the glasses on. It's about time to get in bed.
Okay, Tim, we're going to talk about Vegas as a host city. What makes this race and this weekend in Vegas so special?
Yeah, I would say it has to be the activations. I mean, there's something going on at this track, every corner, every part of it. And I think that's what Vegas does so well. I mean, it's that spectacle. It's the entertainment. It's the fact that, you know, there is that fear of missing out because there's just so much stuff happening around the track. And factor in the race here last year was fantastic. And I think the way this thing is trending, it looks like we're in for another good one this weekend too.
All right, Tim, is Max going to wrap this thing up this weekend?
I mean, judging by how free practice 1, free practice 2 went for Max Verstappen, I would say it's highly unlikely that he's able to wrap this thing up this weekend. Also heard that Red Bull may have brought the wrong rear wing to this car for this track. And granted, you know, it's got one of the longest straightaways on the calendar. So, I mean, not having the right rear wing for this type of track configuration is going to give you a lot of problems. You're not going to be as fast as potentially as what you could be. And then also Max just didn't look happy inside the car throughout free practice 1 and free practice 2. So, I mean, they have been known to bounce back quite quickly. But yeah, let's see how qualifying goes on Friday.
Absolutely. Tim Hauraney, a pleasure as always.
Thanks, Marissa Thee. Really appreciate it. Tell producer Chris I said thanks as well. I'm going to bed. See ya.
All right, good night, friend. Yeah, he heard that, don't worry. And you're gonna have to stay up late for this one because the Las Vegas Grand Prix gets going early Sunday morning or late Saturday night, depending on where you are on the coast. 12:55 a.m. Eastern on the East Coast or 9:55 p.m. Pacific time. I mean, I suppose I'll set the alarm. Okay, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna set the alarm. It's fine. Then you can go back to bed if you don't have kids. That's it for me today. We'll see you right back on Monday. Have a great weekend.